Okay. Things are so exciting. One person is watching now. Okay. Can I see this? Can I see this? Gotta like my own stream. Hey guys, we're self-promoting on tumblr.com. Oh, we're gonna make it really big though. Casey face and voice reveal, even though I've been on TikTok and sometimes Tumblr. Let's tag this with something funny. Game development, coding, LARKIN game. Yippee. Yippee. Okay, girl, reblock. Okay. I've got my True Detective names in one concurrent viewer. Got the YouTube studio open. Tumblr live. Hey besties. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm mostly talking to myself. But hi. Casey live stream. If you don't know me, I'm Casey, and I make a game called LARKIN. Girl, why are you texting me right now? But hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. If you don't know me, I'm Casey. I am gonna be working. Hi, Sydney. Oh my God. Hi. LARKIN. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna be working on some coding right now. Live Casey reveal. Hi, everyone. This is the sound of my voice and what I look like. Please ignore that my roots are really bad. Casey. I have a hair appointment upcoming, but hi, Sydney. I've been really behind on. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of I'm this. I've been really behind on like Patreon work and LARKIN work in general because if y'all didn't know, I went back to school a couple weeks ago, well, 2 weeks ago, and it's been hard finding the balance because I have to do this one class that is like 6 hours long, and it's not all that fun. I mean, it is fun, I kind of like it, but it's just a lot of work and a lot of time consuming, and I really haven't been like had time to like work on things, and it's been kind of exhausting, but I'm, figuring out what the like schedule is for working on LARKIN and working on my game and self-promoting and all those things. It's kind of like sickening to me because I hate time management and I'm pretty bad at it. But anyways, let's get coding. Sorry for rambling. This is just my first time ever, doing a live stream ever. But I hope everyone's days are going well. It's the weekend. If you have any fun plans, drop them in the chat. Right now, I'm coding a couple of different things. Right now, in the beginning of LARKIN, there is like a different routes that the player can go through to sort of like get an understanding of like the like different avenues and rolls and dice and all those different things, which is different from how LARKIN was originally built. And I'm just trying to expose people to it, and I really based it off of I did a little bit of playing Baldur's Gate, and I really liked how it was the dice rolls, and I played a little D&D with a couple of my friends. I'm sorry for clicking, it shouldn't be like flashing, but like I just really enjoyed it. And right now there's, as I was saying, there was a point in the game where you can like fight a vampire or fight just a random guy who is in you know, you've broken into his house. But the issue right now is that even though the code is in there, it is like not accessible to the player. So the goal for right now is to like figure out why that is not accessible to the player. So let's dive in and talk about coding and stuff. If I want to give a couple basics about, you guys can't see my coding screen, but let me pop that over for you 1 second. So to give you a couple basics, this is what Larkin's code looks like. It's like hi piss boy, I like your name, hey buddy. But it's a lot of like plain text because it's a text-based game. And I'll just break down what everything means and looks like. This is actually Larkin's old prologue. This is what Larkin's new prologue looks like. So I'll give you a little tour of the code. Right now, Larkin has a kind of a setup screen that looks like this, which I'll show you. So this is the desktop version of Larkin. I'm still like in the deep in the trenches of like figuring out the mobile, because mobile is disgusting, but I really want it to work. So let me zoom out a little bit. I need to also figure out how to like adapt this to all screens, because I have two monitors right now. Like one I'm working on OBS Labs, and one I'm like, you guys can see with the code on it right now, but let me show you. So like right now it looks kind of yucky because this monitor is a square, and meanwhile if you switched over to the other monitor, which is more rectangular, it adapts to it like a lot better to the rectangular square. So I have to fix that. But this is what the new version of Larkin kind of looks like. I don't know why my girly pop files are not loading right now, but we will get to it when we get to it. Don't know why it's showing that. Game tutorials. I just think my Wi-Fi is slow because, oh, see, because they load here. They just didn't load earlier. These are the different, see, this is one of the issues. When you play Larkin, it's supposed to be this, no, dude, like, I want mobile to look really good. Like, mobile is, like, the goal for, like, the next couple weeks. I've been saying like I need to do mobile, but like I just been putting it off because I hate working in CSS and JavaScript, but like you have to do that. Oh, I can't take credit for the UI. This UI I did. Like I did this part, but the person that did like the main UI, which you'll see in like a second, is Nihilism, who does like Project Hadia, and they have another game. It's escaping me right now, like what it's called, but I'll think of it. But Project Hadia, I'll show you like the work they did in a second. But so this is like what it looks like right now. This is like Ace's like gender selection screen, and I want it to like be like a square like you see right now on your screen, and like you can select their gender, but bada. And the same thing goes for Hollis. And then this is like what you're seeing right now. This is like Canva assets that I have in right now. The goal for like 2024 is I want to get all of these like assets done by like a professional artist. Like I don't want to have to rely on Canva, even though girly pop pays for the Canva Premium for school. But so I'm getting my money's worth. But right now the goal is to like have all of these like individual cards, like what I kind of want the codex to look like, or it's like where I'm taking the inspiration from, or just, you know, stealing, because it's BioWare is a giant corporation. I don't care. I'm going to steal from them. Just like from the UI, like as you can see, I stole like the shape of the cards from how Dragon Age aligns their like tarot cards that they have in the game. But let's make our main character a girl. We're gonna use she, her, because I'm a girl and I use she, her. Again, this is like another example. These are all like the same like picture right now. Oh, error. YouTube is not responding. Uh-oh. Girl, what the heck? Hold on. Sorry, let me just check this for a second. The code. Sorry, I'm gonna put this as like a VOD, and then I'm going to, okay, whatever. Your girl, what the heck? Whatever. Okay, back to this. But this is like, I want to have like an artist essentially do this whole thing over, and like, so I'm not using just stupid Canva assets. And you have like a system of like the classes, and I kind of want it to be like old pulpy like cowboy art, like that you get in a dime store novel from like the 40s or the 30s. But do you guys see how this, oh, here is a better example of what I'm going for. Girl, can we just use this? So see how this is like, you have the different cards and like the codex there. I kind of want something similar, and I'll show you what the codex screen looks like right now, but this is like the class selection screen for right now. So there are 7 classes in the new version of Larkin. There's going to be con artist, outlaw, healer, thief, gambler, showman, and slayer, which are like kind of like they kind of divulge from like the first couple classes, or they weren't even classes, they were just more like what I labeled in the code, or like what I called to myself called like scheming tactic. And it was just a way to customize your character. But like as I played like Baldur's Gate, and as I played like Dungeons and Dragons with my friend M, shout out M, hey girly pop, I hope you're doing good tonight. But I like realized I kind of want to introduce like classes and stuff like that. And fun little Casey, I did a little quote for each one. I have a Bible quote for con artist. Outlaw has an Allman Brothers Band quote. Healer has a Charlotte Bronte quote, because I'm a Jane Eyre nerd, and I did my senior thesis project in college on Jane Eyre. Thief has a Chris Stapleton quote, because I really needed a quote and couldn't find a better one. But I like Chris Stapleton. I'm a country girly, unfortunately. Gambler has classic Kenny Rogers, we gotta know when to hold them. Showman, Florence and the Machine quote. It is from Morning Elvis, which Ethel Cain and Florence sing together from her Colorado, like Denver show. Very, very good. And then Slayer is another Bible quote. There's not really one that like affects one where we're at in this point in the game. So I am just going to make my girl I'm gonna make her a con artist. Let's be classic. We're gonna choose this class. Okay, and then the other cool thing about Larkin now is this is based off of my first video game that I really played was like the Batman Arkham games, but like the one that like launched me into my RPG era was like when I was in high school and I played Fallout 4 for the first time. Like, girl, that it's not a good game. It's not a good game. I'm sorry, but I love Fallout 4. I will not lie to you. I have not finished it. I just like restart it over and over and over again and like make new Fallout 4 OCs. But I do like the like beginning like special, like, you know, like strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. I am flexing on my Fallout knowledge, but I really like how that is set up. I don't so much like the like you can like increase your special throughout the game. Like I feel like that's kind of cheaty. I don't really enjoy that, but I do like the system and I like the UI of how it works. And I sort of developed this like character stat builder, sort of how like you would build your own character in D&D. And like with each class, you have like a suggested build. Like charm has like a high charm, and then like medium, insight, intelligence, and luck are all sort of balanced. And then like your athleticism and dexterity aren't the greatest for I think we picked con man. Con artist. I picked con artist. So they're supposed to be like kind of relevant to how you want to play that class. Like the traditional con artist is very charming. They're like somewhat intelligent, a little lucky to get away with the like cons and schemes that they're proposing. But you of course can like always adjust like the durability of like who you want to be, what you want to do. Like say you want to play like a really intelligent preacher, but you don't want them to be like very street smart or have like a lot of common sense, so you could make them like have an insight of 1. And then the other thing is I don't let you put any at 0. I just didn't like that. I want everyone to at least have like a base stat of 1. And then let me tell you, girls and guys and besties and my non-binary friends, it was very hard to figure out how to code this. I had to go to the Reddit Twine forums, and I don't like those because here's my thing. I'm gonna be a little controversial. Coding, when you ask for help for coding or like any sort of technology, people like have no bedside manner and like in the means of like how they want to like help you. Like they'll help you, but they will be like, why are you even asking? This is like the dumbest question ever asked. Like, girl, how am I supposed to learn if like you're obviously poor teachers. Like you can't, if you want people to learn and not ask like what you consider stupid questions, you can't be like rude and abrasive and like think you're better than these people for asking like basic coding questions. Anyways, that's my little tangent about coding forums. Hate to go there, but anyways, back to the character build. We're gonna play like a really intelligent girly pop, and we're gonna play like a really intelligent girly pop, and we are going to start the game. Okay, so this is, gotta zoom it in. That's one of the issues. We have to figure out like how to get it automatically to that big size. Okay, Rain, yes. Going outside of like the like very insular bubble that like, I don't know, like on tumblr.com. And like, you know who is really nice? The person that makes Wayfair, they're very nice. And like, I learned how to code a lot by like reading through their like tutorials and their asks and stuff. Like I used to have, I don't anymore, but I used to have their like marked because I would use it so much as a resource. And then I also got, let me show you, gotta pull my thing over here. CSS and HTML for Dummies. I read this book. It was okay. I refer to it sometimes. It's not the, like, it's not, I wouldn't say, like, the holy grail of coding. Like, I do have to go to, like, like, Reddit a lot of the time. Sometimes I have to go to the Twine forums, but oh my god, the Twine forums are so mean. They're so mean on the Twine forums. Sorry to say that, but, like, I am just, like, a little guy, and I don't want to get yelled at on the Twine forums, so I just stick to my little bubble, and I talk to, my friend 30 by 30, who makes Event Horizon and a couple of their games, Event Horizon, Jesus Christ, Lost Birds, and Closed Loop. I was, like, really struggling to get there, but they are, like, a coding wizard, and whenever I come up with, like, a very stupid problem, I, like, message them over Discord. I'm like, hey, can you read through this line by line and see what I did wrong? And they usually can find it. They're very good at coding, and I would be nowhere without them. Anyways, here's the game. Prologue splash screen. And let me show you credits. The person who did this, like, who did the, this basic UI of, like, you know, all this, and you're not seeing the whole thing because I'm kind of zoomed in. Let me zoom out a little bit. Like, who did this, like, with the menu and, like, the adjustable, like, just everything here. Like, it looks as good as it does because, where are you? Because Nihilism put it together. I commissioned them to do this code, and, like, I'm so grateful for it. It looks great. Sorry for, like, zooming out. I was, like, reading messages. Hi, Nosy Scissors. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry that it's, like, 1 a.m. for you. I'm, like, this is just, like, my first time streaming. I'm, like, hoping to, maybe, like, stream more in the future. Like, this is just, like, the first time. I'll, like, try and do, like, a poll and see, like, what works for best for everybody. And I'll keep this up as, like, a VOD. Grandma Casey is, like, I don't know the terminology, so, like, if you want to, like, watch it back later, like, by all means, go to sleep. Like, I don't want to keep you up if you're tired, but, like, in the future, I'll, like, try and stream a little bit earlier in the day. This just was what worked best for me because I got out of work, and I had some work to catch up on. But anyways, back to my original point. Nihilism designed this whole UI, and, like, I'm really grateful for it. And then the person who did, like, this, this cross, like, this is supposed to be, you can't see it right now because of my screen, but the Larkin logo, the, like, Abrams family crest, and this church were both designed by, let me show you her website, by Bree Gilliam. And Bree is, like, a very fantastic artist, like, local to my city, and she's, like, super talented. She is, she's, like, traditionally an oil painter, but we're friends from, like, high school, and she, like, has been one of my, like, biggest supporters, like, ever. Like, she's just really great, and she designed the Larkin logo and, like, the church that you see in game, and she's gonna do some more stuff coming up. Let's get back to Larkin now. Okay, and so right now it's kind of, like, similar to, like, the intro of, like, the choice script of the original game. You're, like, running through what was originally New Orleans, but, like, I kind of played around a little bit, and I wanted to like, sort of expand Larkin's universe and, like, play with the, like, the timeline and play with the history and, like, different things like that. So what was originally New Orleans is now a place called Saint Laurent, and you get a little codex about it, and we will take a look at the codex. So this is currently what the codex looks like. It says group 1 and group 4 because I only have events and world codexes and factions and groups codexes. So Saint Laurent, or Saint Laurent, forgive my Buffalo accent, we sound like we're Canadian / like Midwesterners, but it's just, like, this awful mix. But Saint Laurent is just supposed to be like this. It's the third largest city in Louisiana. It's sort of like, in my mind, like Vegas before Vegas existed. So like it was founded by like staunch Catholics who wanted to make like a Catholic settlement specifically in Louisiana, like around the mouth of the Mississippi, and rather than it being like this beacon of like, you know, like staunch piety and virtue, it became like casinos cropped up, and bars and brothels and different things like that all sort of popped up throughout the city, and it became known for its like its vice and its different like underground but you still see like this architecture of like churches just everywhere because it was so heavily Catholic and built up to be like this Catholic haven. So this is what the codex looks like. I'm experimenting, like right now it's just like this basic sugar cube pop-up notification. I kind of want to make it a little bit bigger and like round the edges to make it more similar to let me show you. I want to make it more similar to how you see this, like this, excuse me, and like I said, I want this eventually to look something similar to this, and I'm working with a couple artists right now to build those tarot cards, build those like right now I have an artist just completed Nash and a Nash portrait and a Selena portrait, and right now I have another artist working on a Wyatt portrait, and let me show you what it's gonna kind of look like. This is like the old prologue from Larkin, or from the original Larkin. I just needed to put it in a Word doc. I gotta pop open something. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a concept of what Larkin, or of like what a feature of Larkin is gonna look like in a second. Forgive the fact that it is drawn by my finger on my phone. But so essentially you're gonna have like this main portrait that is by Tapeworm Art. He is like a fantastic artist, and I'm like, every time I talk to him I have to like reel myself in because like I'm like obsessed with his work. Like I think it's so cool, and I have to like settle down and calm down and like not be like a freaky fan about it, but like his art is so cool. So like the main portrait is going to be his work in this one, and then as you progress throughout the game, my goal is I want to work with a couple different artists to produce like different relevant portraits. So like for example, like if you are like, if you have a better relationship with Wyatt versus having kind of like a negative relationship with Wyatt, you will get the main portrait, but then you'd get like a separate portrait of like maybe, I don't know, just like a different perspective of like maybe like softer lines versus like with like a more realistic color scheme versus like a different one with like black and whites and reds and like, I don't know. But it would essentially be that one, and then you have the other various portraits with a cycling link through, so you could click through and make each of those portraits. I'm like pointing at the computer, like you guys can see my hand, but you can make those smaller portraits bigger, like one. So you cycle through it, and you kind of like, I was talking to one of my beta readers, and she kind of suggested like it's like an Otome game. I hope I'm saying that right. I've only ever seen the word written, unfortunately, but like kind of like an Otome game where like you'll unlock different character portraits throughout the progress of the game, and depending on your choices and such. Anyways, back to Larkin. Where did it start over? No, I was just on that link. Okay, so thank you. So we are going to take the right path right now because that is the most developed. You can, like, this is like one of the first character like customization moments. You can like choose the curse that you want to say. I'm not gonna say them, but you can also like enter your own. Let's say, let's just say heck. Okay, heck, and then that's not what that's supposed to say. Okay, well, gotta write that down. Autocorrects to the original. Autocorrects to the original swear. So, what curse falls from your lips? Curse, defaults to shit. Anyways, when we get to actually coding and I'm done explaining everything, well, that is one of the things we'll fix. But we were gonna go back when we're gonna say a different bad word. My go-to curse is not that word. We'll say this. Okay. So, similarly from the original game, there was like, if you went left, there was a guy in the streets yelling at you, and if you went right, there was like a lady opening a door, and I don't really remember. But now, this is like, I'm really, really excited about this, because in this new version of Larkin, you can like really develop your character like how you want them to be, and like make the different, like within reason, of course, but like, because like the difference between like this text adventure and like a tabletop RPG is like when you're playing a D&D or a TTRPG, you can like do quite literally whatever you want. But again, I'm one person and I'm writing this, and like while I try to accommodate like a lot of different things, there's only so much I can do. But so that being said, you can be like a bad person now. Like to an extent, like you were already kind of a bad person, but like you can lean into it and be like a really bad person. Which I think is a little bit try to be a little different than like other like interactive fiction games, and like I'm kind of like trying to stray a little further from like the typical interactive fiction, moving more into that like RPG category. But anyways, this is just an example. Like I wanted to like establish early on that like, oh, you can be a bad guy. So like you can do the garbage cans, like sticking your arm out, or you can like start like pounding on doors and like try and get people out to use them as cannon fodder from the vampires that are chasing you. Right now, I'm not gonna let you read it, but we're gonna skip. Low honor. Yes, low honor, exactly. I also can never be a bad guy. I have to like be a good guy. So these are the vampires. And then so mentors and apprentices, same like codex system. You can't see it because the screen is but if you click on it, it unlocks a codex. Let's go check it out. And this is going to talk about like the dynamics within the Abrams family, which we talk a little bit more about in a later date. And then, so this is like the thing that has been taking me a month to do. It's sickening. I'm exhausted by it, and I hate doing it at this point. Like I just today got out of it. But we've been trapped in this apartment for like months. We need to also fix this spacing. That's pretty fucked up. But I need to be also careful watching my language. But we need to fix this spacing. But so you can either like leave the apartment, and like that'll be like a more honorable decision, versus like just going through and investigating it like you would in a D&D game. When I first like kind of theorized this, I made like a little map of what the apartment looks like, and in the wardrobe you can steal a dress, and you can steal a silk scarf. In the icebox you can steal some food. Silverware, you can have like a tool that'll might come in handy. If you leave the apartment, you get a little bit like of an honor boost, and then if you turn around and close the window, that's just you turn around and close the window. So that also leads to this extent of like where we have to fix this. So these are my worst enemies. You can't see them. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see it. Twine, I hate you. But we gotta fix this in a second. Okay, whatever. This is where we need to work tonight on the coding, essentially, because we need to make it so the vampires that are chasing you will appear versus like, yeah, I am also incapable of being mean to people. Like, in Dragon Age Origins, I always like, it does nothing for you, but like I always like donate my money or like give like a little stuff to like the villages that are raided and stuff like that. It's so stupid, but it's just how I play video games. But anyways, we have to fix this tonight. It's sickening, it's disgusting, I hate it. But I keep saying but we have this sort of kind of like reminiscent of, I'm trying to make it similar to like New Vegas, and that you have like that stat boost labeled, like if you have high charm, like high enough charm, you can do this, and then it'll roll on top of it. If you have high enough dexterity or luck, it'll like do that roll. So let's try and talk our way out of it. You passed. We're gonna say passed. Okay. And that is to the extent where I have left Larkin off for my players. It's sickening. It's terrible. We need to fix some work tonight. Let's take a look at the code and do some work. So, I was playing my... Big question for the chat. Who is everybody romancing in Baldur's Gate 3? I am a Halcyon girly, if you couldn't tell by the if you could not tell by the thumbnail that I put up on here on Tumblr. He's my man. I love Halcyon. Also Karlach. I've barely played Baldur's Gate, like, at all, because I just, like, school and, like, working on Larkin, and it's just, I haven't had the time. But I'm going to romance, Halcyon and Karlach and do, like, the love triangle. Asterion. Okay, I'm not an Asterion girly, but I understand the appeal. I get it. He's a vampire. He's, like, I get it. All of my friends are all Asterion girlies. I get it. I also like Gale. Oh, I am like blasting my mic. I do like Gale. He is my bestie. Okay, so let's explain to you guys how this code works. Sorry for the dead air for a second. I was just reading some of my own code and it confounded me. Okay, so this is like the base code. This is just the intro. It's terrible. It's a lot of verbiage for very little payoff, like in terms of like it's a lot of code for like a little bit of doing. I need to like come up with a better layout of like right now these symbols and like the way that you will like choose your dialogue choices or action choices or just the various different things that you're doing. They'll have that little symbol next to it. It's kind of like a tone indicator, but and right now they're like in a vertical list, and I want to get them more in like a grid and make them more even. But it's been kind of like, I'm just trying to get more content into the like thing of the game. Fenris Romancer. Sorry, I didn't mean to like blast your ears. I'm also a Fenris Romancer. Piss Boy. I love Fenris. Okay. Anyways, I need to like get it aligned so it's like horizontal and stuff, and I'm sure like that's like a simple fix and it's just like a CSS problem, but whatever. These are the triggers. So this is the code for the for like the tarot cards in the beginning of the game, and it's a lot of like just if statements and sets and different border radiuses. It's something that I use like throughout the game. It like will help you select your weapon choice. I hate Twine. I'm gonna be real with you. I hate the Twine app. Let me pull it up for a second and show you how disgusting my Twine is. Girl, where are you? I can't work in Twine. It's just terrible. Let's actually open a file. Sorry you're seeing a black screen right now. I'm just trying to can I just import? I don't even know. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm like a coder and I like know how to code. I don't know how to work the Twine app. It's like the simplest, most basic user interface. I don't know how to use it. It's oh, import. Okay, we're gonna import our stories. We're gonna choose file. Who are we choosing? Larkin Alpha Index. Okay, import selected files. Okay, so let me show you this terrible, terrible thing. It is awful to look at, and it is horrible. Let me show you. Let me show you. New. I have to figure out also how to work OBS Labs. No, I want a window capture. Window capture. Window capture 3. Okay. So this is what my Twine app looks like. It's absolutely atrocious. It's so bad. It's just like, it's horrible, and it's my great shame, and I don't like how it looks, and all of my links are dead, and it just goes on and on and on and on. It's like, you know that Goofy meme where he walks into the messy house and you're like, damn bitch, you live like this? This is how I live. I also had to have my sister pre-stream with me to like make sure my audio was working, because I'm a grandma and I don't know how to work technology. But anyways, this is what my Twine looks like. So that's why I use VS Code, because I can't, like, it's my great, I want to do that like cute, there's like a Tumblr blog called like Twine Gardening or something, and it is the cutest thing in the world. Like 30 by 30, who makes Event Horizon and all these other games, has like such cute little maps of their games, and like, I'm so jealous, but I can't ever submit it because can't ever submit Larkin to it because it's just be a giant vertical grid that goes on for like years and years, and then it's terrible. Okay, so this is the code for the like stat builder. This like I got snarked on Reddit for, but I did it. I was a brave girly pop about it, and I didn't even need to like have someone hold my hand about it. I got through it. Anyways, we are going somewhere. Let's fix the swearing issue. But first we have to find it in the code, which is kind of one of the great problems that we have. Okay, left crossbow. Oh, by the way, you can have a crossbow now. You can also have pistols or a rifle. Okay, here is the swear. 0.3 left curse. It's because I never had it set to change to it, but that shouldn't. Hold on, I gotta look at my old code. See, the issue is when you make games and you're stupid, like me. Okay. Input your character's name. Well, then why is it not working? Let's test that out again and figure out why it's not working. This is a very simple issue, but because I'm having people watch me, it's gonna be like the most difficult thing to ever occur in the history of coding. But let's restart the game and see why it's not working. Let's pull up the window. Okay, so we're gonna do a new game. I'm not doing tutorials right now because I need to get through this. Yeah, I don't care. Sorry, we're being a man, but we're gonna use they them pronouns because I want to be mix something up. We'll be a slayer. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna be an ally then, I guess. Whatever. Then we're gonna take the right path, and we need to ask. We're gonna say, we're gonna pop in test. We're gonna see if this is working. Next. Oh, I'm clicking on OBS Labs and not. No, I use something else. Okay, so that's the issue. It's still appearing with that word, but oh, because you know why? I'm on the wrong. Wait, no, open 3 left curse. Okay, curse falls from your lips. 0.3 left. Actually, it's because we're editing the wrong passage. That's my biggest issue. Okay, I am not the smartest girl in the world, but that's okay. It's called living and learning, and when you learn to code, you are made to feel stupid, like, a lot. And that's, like, something that I should stress. Like, especially if you're just learning to code, if you want to make a game for yourself, you're gonna feel, like, intimidated and, like, it's hard. Like, and it feels like it's, like, the world is crashing on you, like, every single, like, little problem. But it's not. And you just need to take a deep breath, and things will be fine. And I'm rambling, but basically, coding makes you feel stupid a lot of times. And, like, I'll find, like, an issue that I'm having, and then I'll have a friend look at it, and they'll be like, what curse falls from your lips? Girl. Okay. Your go-to, and that's spelled wrong. Wait, no, isn't it? You know, you're not. Oh my god! I'm not saving it or compiling it. That's the issue. Okay. See, I, like, for real, I missed layers off background. Yeah, literally, like, you find, like, the dumbest mistakes and errors when you're coding, and it makes you feel like just garbage, like human garbage, and you feel like an idiot. But it's not that big a deal, and the sooner you realize that, like, no, don't save. Okay. Why is your go? Where is this file? Like, okay, you know the, like, I hate to, quote the Disney Corporation, but you know Ratatouille, when the guy, his whole thing is, like, anyone can cook, anyone can code, literally anyone can code. Like, it is intimidating, and I'm gonna go on, like, another tangent, like, sorry to go on a tangent, but, like, it is so insular, and, like, the community around coding, like, it is so, like, we're our own little bubble, we're, like, gatekeepers, and it is so, like, it makes me so angry, like, the way that, like, the coding community, whether that be game design, whether that be, like, engineering, whether that be web development, whether that be, like, whatever, any kind of STEM, looks down upon, like, outsiders trying to get into it, and it's like carnivorous, and it eats itself like a snake. And, like, going on Reddit, going on Twine, like, anytime you try and, like, learn things, like, people will talk down to you and make you feel like shit for, like, just trying to learn and break into that community. And, like, I think, like, people see it as, like, hazing, or, like earning your stripes, as, like, oh, people treated me terribly when I was learning, so I'm, like, you should have to go through it too. And I hate that. Like, I hate it so much. Like, I don't like how, like, it just, like, it's, I hate to, like, use this word, like, toxic, but, like, people who code, like, have this, like, toxic, like, snooty, like, I'm better than you because I know how to work the basics of HTML. Like, girl, this was, like, $19.99. I went on Amazon.com and bought HTML for Dummies. And if I could do it, like, and I'm not STEM brained. Like, my degree is in communications. Like, I'm not somebody who, like, I learned to code because I had to do the thing that I wanted to do. Like, And like the if community on Tumblr, girls and guys and everybody, I'm a hater. I don't like the if community, and I don't like a lot of the like again, like uppity like toxic, I'm smarter than you because I can code. Like, I just don't like it, and it's aggravating. But it's like my goal through like my stupid once a year YouTube video or like my posts on Tumblr to be like, if you want to learn how to code, like these are the like most basic things you need to know. And I know like I'm rambling and like it's not making a lot of sense right now because again, I'm personally struggling to figure out this basic issue that I have. But we are gonna solve it. Anyways, sorry to go on that like angry tangent, but like I don't think that like I think coding and like the sciences and like mathematics, I think more people would get into those things if the communities around them weren't so like terrible. And like there needs to be like more like diverse people who are in like who do those things. Like it can't just all be like straight white cisgendered men like eating itself. Like it has to be women, it has to be non-binary people, it has to be like people of color and black people and like it has to be more than it is right now. And the only way that we can do that is if we are like kind to each other. And we need to like go back to kindergarten and do like the basic like treat others the way you should be treated, and you don't get internet points for being an asshole to someone asking for help. Anyways, excuse me, we are going to we're gonna like figure out why this bad word is not fixing itself. So we need to go right. We're gonna go. And also, people who are learning to code, I didn't know this until like maybe my senior year in high school. Like it took me too long. Control F is your bestie. It's the best tool that's ever been invented. I'm sorry for screaming into the mic. I'm like peeking. Piss Boy is being like, being nice is literally like fun and a good feeling. It is. It actually is. And I just like need people to realize that. Okay, so we're gonna fix this. So 0.3 right curse is the issue, the passage that's having the issue. So what curse falls from your lips? Where did we go? I don't remember what we did. Okay. We're going to take the right path. Right path. What file am I in right now? I'm not even in the correct file, I guess. Okay. Let's... This is embarrassing. Embarrassing.jpg. Larkin Alpha. See? Okay. Embarrassing girls and guys. Sorry I keep saying just girls. I have a personal habit of just saying like girly pop and like it's it's stupid. I need to like diversify my vocabulary more than it is. Okay. girls and guys, your go-to. There it is. Okay, there. We fixed it. Or we didn't fix it, but okay. Text box. Your go-to is curse. Okay. Why is it doing this? So here's the other thing. When you are coding in Twine, you need this thing called the story init file. I have it's basically a passage. I'll show you what it looks like in the app. Although you can't, this is like terrible. Achievements. Girl. I don't know what the issue is, and you know what? I'm not going to show you in time because I hate using this app. So unfortunately, I'm not doing that. SRC. Sorry that I'm like dead air silently staring at this computer. I'm just trying to figure out what the issue is. Prologue alpha. Okay. We fixed it. Kind of. I also say dude and bro and like... You are literally... Thank you for solving that issue. This is what... I'm kind of a dumbass, unfortunately. Let me show you the story init file so I can correct that. Thanks, bestie, for pointing that out, that very clear issue out to me. Like, this is gonna be like, people are gonna look and like, she can't even do basic coding. I promise you I can. I have been coding for 3 years at this point. I'm just staring at this and having people watch me makes me feel like an idiot. Okay, player curse and let's get rid of curse. Okay, so let's check what my story init file has it set as. Okay, open file. So then I have my story init, which is basically if you like don't like if you're learning Twine, story init is a file that runs in the background of your game. It's like the very first file in the whole like text. It's like the first thing that the program runs. So like if you want to set and define like all your variables, or if you want to set like basic stats for the beginning of the game, you can put it first in your story init. So I have mine in my game data file. It's a mess. Like this is like all left over from like the old Larkin. But let's see. What do I have? Okay. Curse. Weapon. I don't have anything defined. Oh, here. Widget curse. Curse. Okay, so let's get rid of player curses. You are okay. Curse. Let's search to make sure all my player curses are gone. Player curse. Girl. We are gonna switch you all to curse. Okay. Oh yeah. And then my widget file was broken for like the longest time. Couldn't figure out why. And you know why? Because as you can see, I have widget here. But when I made like that widget file, I was neglecting the fact that I have all this like nonsense that doesn't need to be there, left over from my old story init passage, just in there. So it broke the widget file, or the widget passage, and didn't allow any of them to work. So now that that's fixed, we are going to test it and compile it. And I also use what's called Twee. I don't remember how to set it up at this point, but I will reteach myself so I can teach other people how to do it. I'm going to compile that and run it. Actually, I'm not going to run the whole game. What I'm going to do is refresh this file. I'm going to show you guys in a second. Window capture. Okay, so we are going to say another word, quite bitter, falls from her lips. We're going to say test and see if it works. Yes, it works. Thank you, Ethursec, for pointing that out to me. Like, the very basic. Couldn't read my own code. Cringe, fail, I'm a girl failure. But that's okay. Okay, so that's fixed. Let's cross that off the list. So, tonight, I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but I'm just coding to work, or just coming on here to work. Because, like, I like to work with company, and it's fun. Let's see. So I got rid of that. So what I also want to do is expand from like when we were in the apartment to like the further out, and like that's like a lot of just copying and pasting and editing, like how that code works. So I was going to break down more further for you. So let's get back to the VS Code file. But like right now, the more developed of the routes is the like right apartment path. And I'm going to show you. You can't see what that looks like. So right now, I have my links that look like this. It's broken down into this thing, into like this group of divs. A lot of people like, what you should be doing is something like, let me show you. Girl, where are my, hold on. Girl failure. I'm a girl failure. You can enjoy my bluey playhouse that I have back there while I fix something. Also, I have my laptop. Fun fact about me. I just have to go transfer. I'm like, what? Where is like all of this work that I've been doing for several days at this point? It's because I was doing it on my laptop and I forgot to put it on my desktop. But we will just fix that in 1 second. Again, girl failure, but that's okay. While I'm booting up my laptop, let's do a beverage roundup. I have my Stanley cup full of water. I'm a Stanley girl. I have a peach Red Bull. And I have a cup of tea in a Illinois mug. Ignore that it's a Starbucks mug. I apologize. I got it when I was in Chicago with my friends. Okay. Gotta pull up VS Code on the laptop while we're doing that. But I hope everyone is having a good day. So let's talk while I'm doing this. Let's talk about, there's 10 romances. Well, 10 like people you can romance in Larkin. There is, as I was like quoting or counting it out, there's like more than 10 routes that you can take throughout Larkin. Whether that be through like poly romance routes, love triangle routes, like different flavors of like the same romance that you want to take. Like for example, Cyrus. You can romance Cyrus just like straight up. He is somebody who does not like the preacher, does not like the player character when you first encounter him, for a multitude of reasons. One, just does not trust him. But you can like break down that trust through like a slow burn into it, and eventually, you know, like develop that into like a rivals to lovers, tropey romance. And I don't really like to like delve into those tropes because it feels very book talk, like, and I don't want to go into like a rant about the negatives of fast fashion publishing, but whatever. It's like a like rivals to lovers, Larkin alpha code. Okay, rivals to lovers thing. But you could also do like a fake dating route, and I've been like exploring and like writing it and like developing that over the past couple days and time. And a big like thing, like a big trope within Larkin is the main relationship or main like character dichotomy is between Wyatt and the player character. And Wyatt is their mentor, like their father figure, the Batman to their Robin. Now, like a big source of drama that comes from this game, this relationship is, continue to download, is the fact that you can lie to Wyatt about like different things that are happening, because truth be told, he could be lying to you. You don't know. And part of that lie, if you decide to go down that path and like take those, take that specific route, is you can like do like a fake dating. You can say like, oh, I'm not going to the Sokolov's house to like scheme or do things with them. I'm going to go see my boyfriend, Dr. Cyrus Sokolov. And it's pronounced like the Russian correct pronunciation is Sokolov. I just read it as Sokolov. Don't think that's correct, but that's just how I've always said it, and I've never had to say, I don't really have to say it out loud ever. So in my head it's Sokolov, but in reality it's Sokolov. So let's fix this. I have to go to Discord and re-download this. Oh, continue to download. Let's go to Larkin alpha code. We're gonna extract all. Extract. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna delete you, girl. Get out of here. But anyways, so you can like romance them straight up, like rivals to friends to lovers. You can do like a fake dating thing, or like I'm kind of toying around with this idea of like maybe a love triangle between Cyrus and his sister Selena, and also a separate love triangle between Cyrus and the character Ace, who's a figure from the Preacher's past. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to delete this. I could just do that. We're gonna fuck you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Girl. Delete. Okay, we're gonna unpin. Okay, boom. Okay, so here's the coding file we should have been working on to begin with. But so anyways, besties. Yeah, so you can do like that love triangle. You can do like a rival or friends or rivals to lovers, or you can do like a fake dating thing. And I'm also like, I think it's like not fair to be like, oh, you can only do like the fake dating with Cyrus. Like you can also do it with, I'm thinking Dominic, and like I kind of like, I want to be fair and be like, you can also do it with Selena. And like, I don't know, like, because like, there's variants to each romance, and like there's like a couple of different existing variants with Selena's anyways, and I don't know if I want to like go down that route, but I think like I'm open to it and like figuring out like what I want to do there. And so anyways, there are now, again, I wanted to talk about like the new people. So there's Cyrus, who's existed from the beginning. He's my bestie. He was the first character I came up with, and his name was originally Atticus Graham. Fun fact about Cyrus. But then I was like, I'm making him Slavic because I love making my characters Polish and Russian and Ukrainian, because I, fun fact, am Polish. Had to put my earbuds back in. But, so there are 3 new people that you can romance in the game. There is Cassidy Allen Ward, who is like this outlaw cowboy figure, who is like pissed at the Sokolovs. Like, he does not like them because prior to the beginning of the game, Cassidy had a... See, girl, this was all the work I was missing. I was like, where the hell is all of this? Anyway, sorry. Cassidy is like this outlaw. He's kind of like, how the best way to describe him to me is like, he's like if you had took Arthur Morgan from Red Dead and combined him with, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Far Cry 5, but he's like Arthur Morgan if he like was spliced together with Sharky Beauchamp from Far Cry 5, because he's an idiot. He's dumb, but he's really fun, and he's like reckless, and I really like him. And you can like romance him with like genuine intentions, and you can just like romance him like for a relationship, or you can do more of like a friends with benefits situation, because like I don't know, I kind of like that option in games like where you can have like a sort of different dynamics within like the relationships that you like have in games, because like not everybody, you know, in the world is looking for like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner. Like some people want just like a purely sexual relationship, or they just want like someone they could hang out with. But yeah, Cassidy doesn't like the Sokolovs because, and this isn't really spoilers because it's set up pretty early in the game. He runs an outlaw gang called the Ward Gang. His last name's Ward, and it was originally him and his sister Caroline. They were twins, and they like were kind of running it together. But then all of a sudden, Caroline got like super sick, and they're in Larkin. So like the only place that they could bring Caroline to was Dr. Cyrus Sokolov. Like, he's the only like medical professional for miles. Like, he's the only doctor in Larkin, and like the only doctor in, there's another town to the south of Larkin called Martin's Cross, and like he's the only doctor around. And she dies under his care, and Cyrus, or like no matter what Cyrus does, like there was no saving her. And the issue is Cassidy is pissed about that. He is not happy with it. He's even unhappier with the fact that the Sokolovs went ahead and like cremated her body, got rid of her completely, all without releasing the corpse to her brother, basically, and not happy about it. So he's decided to like wage war upon the town for that. And you know, if you're not feeling the Sokolovs, excuse my sipping, you can team up with him. Now there's also Ethel Jackson, who is like Cassidy's right-hand woman. She's like the like layout of the dichotomy of the cult, not the cult, the gang is like Cassidy's the leader, and then he has 2 advisors, kind of like in Dragon Age, where like you have Ethel, who is like his like steady, like she's like reels him in. He like wants to cause chaos, and Ethel is like, she's a level head, and she can like you know, like, she knows how to talk to Cassidy in a way that, like, other people don't. And she's a gunslinger. She is a mom. She has a son named Arthur, who I named after Arthur Morgan. And she's also somebody who had a relationship with one of the existing romance characters from, like, the original build of the game, which has, like, some consequences. But Ethel's, like, of the gang, the most, like, normal, I think, like, normal gang member, and, like, she's, like, the smartest, and I really like her. And then there's Reyes, who is just, like, this mysterious figure that nobody has, like, ever, like, they don't like to talk to Reyes, like, in the gang, other than Cassidy. Like, they're tight, and they have a mutual understanding between each other. But, like, people don't know why Reyes is hanging around the gang, and they're, like, they don't know, like, because Reyes doesn't really talk to anybody. So, and they just kind of appeared one day, and and Cassidy has this, like, unfounding loyalty to them. And there's sort of, like, a little bit of strife going on in Larkin, and with, like, this all-out war that's occurring between the Outlaws and the Sokoloff family. And, like, some of the people, like, involved, like, Ethel doesn't necessarily agree with her best friend Cassidy's, like, need for vengeance on this, like, hodunk redneck town. Like, if it was, like, Ethel's, like, if she was in charge, she'd be like, we're getting the hell out of here, like, we don't need to do any of this. And let's see, player curse. We need to refix that problem. But anyways, those are the 3 new romance characters, and I love them very much. I'm getting art done of them, and I'm very excited for you to see it. I'm putting a couple hearts in the chat because I want to. Anyways, fix the main issue. We're gonna compile this, and I'm, like, getting no coding done, I'm just talking. Yeah, I like chatting with you guys. I'm excited. Like, I'm really grateful that, like, people care about my stupid, like, the stupid thing that I call it stupid, but, like, I don't think you understand, like, I care about Larkin, like, so much. Like, I care about it to a sickening degree. Like, I'm going to school for a different thing. Like, I have a job, and I'm very passionate about both of those things. But, like, at the back of my mind, Larkin is, like, it's, like, this sounds pretentious, but it's, like, my white whale. Like, I care about it so much. Like, it's like, when I wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, I get to work on Larkin today. Like, I'm excited to, like, develop these stupid, like, love triangles about vampires and cowboys. And, like, when I go to bed, like, I like, will stay up because, like, I think, like, oh, I have to do, like, so much of this coding or so much of this writing, so, like, people, because, like, people care about it, and, like, it's genuinely so flattering that, like that people actually, like, care about, like, like, the stupid thing that I made, and I'm genuinely very grateful. Okay, I need to actually work. So, we're gonna save that, and so, Safina, so there's 2 vampires in the beginning of Larkin that the player character is fighting off. This Cullen, who I named after Cullen from Dragon Age, not Edward Cullen. This is an anti-Esmire house we're living in. Thank you, Piss Boy, for caring about Larkin. I really, truly appreciate it. It always makes me smile when I see you in my notes, because I like your name, and I always appreciate you. Like, I got shooters out here. You're like, follow me on Tumblr and like Twitter and like my like my stupid TikToks that I make. And and also, Sydney, you are so nice. You've been here like since day one. Since day one, Sydney, you've been here for my stupid cowboy game. Like, the both of you, I love you. Also, Sydney, for Patreon, I know it's your like not to like. I know your birthday's coming up, so I put like a little like extra thing in your Patreon package that I hope you get, and I'm very excited for it. And then, but Piss Boy, very just, I got shooters. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna reload this. So there's two vampires. There's Cullen, who's like a big bulky thing, and big bulky guy, and his whole thing is strength, and he kind of is like the original, like in the original text, the guy like thank you, Fistboy. Like he like chokes you. He's the one that like gets you when you're fighting on the like building, and like yeah, he's like the original one. And then Safina is like more agile, limber vampire, and like the main difference is Cullen, you get to pick your main weapon, and then Safina, you get to pick like another set of tactics, like whether that be like physically using your knives, using improvised weapons, or just like using your fists and fighting hard. So right now you have those different things. Then you also have the threat of this person that you've broken into their apartment, and they come at you with a gun. And that's another option to like help you choose this like your weapon choice. And just basics, like I just want to like get like the game going essentially, so we can get like to the real meat of it. And when I was working today, like I'm lucky that I have a job that like lets me like it gives me a lot of free time. Like I can do multiple things at once, and I can work, like it lets me work on like whether it be homework or Larkin while I'm working. Excuse me, drinking my tea. But so we are gonna do that. Okay, Safina, we got you. We're gonna compile this and excuse me, sorry for the dead air. I'm gonna compile. The issue with Twee is that you have to compile and decompile, and sometimes your computer doesn't recognize it as like valid programs or valid files, especially if you're running Windows. So you have to like, this is like another like Casey's very new to technology. When I first started learning code, you know how Windows gives you that prompt where it's like, oh, we don't know if this is a valid file, and then it just says don't run. I didn't know if you clicked on like read more, it like gave you the option to run it. So, well, I know that now that I'm 23 years old. And why weren't the stickies show, or the like symbols showing earlier? It's because I It's like, whatever, I lost my train of thought, but we're gonna do a con artist. Yes, they, like, I'm gonna be real, the Preacher is a huge loser. They are a huge loser. Like, I'm sorry to say, like, if you thought your guy was, like, a cool boy, at all cool, like, Gone Girl, Cool Girl monologue, they're not. They're, kind of the point of the game is that they're a loser. And they're, like, learning to deal with that, like, on their own. And, let's see if this carried over. We're gonna say 10. Yes, that's your first to use. First I got an arm. Let's see. Okay. So, pathetic little rats. Like, that's the point. Okay, do you know who is also writes a game? Huge pathetic loser. The person who writes the game is not a loser, to clarify. The main character is a huge loser. Fiddles, who writes Green Warden, love it. They're a huge loser, dude. Like, the Green Warden, or like the Pyrrha agent, I like forget the name of like what the player character is called. Huge loser. And I love it so much. I love you, Bautista. You're my bestie. Okay, so didn't get to show you this earlier, but this is like another preview of the combat. Like, there's different, you see like allusions to Wyatt earlier in the game, and because like I really want like it to be like, you know, like Wyatt and the player's relationship is like toxic, codependent, like they're not normal about each other. Like, it's very unhealthy, and I want that to be like illustrated throughout, like it's throughout. So we see a little bit more of Wyatt in it, and here's like a missing thing. We're talking about the silver rings, like that the player has, and this is another like you get to choose your outfit, and I'm so happy with this. Like, I am so proud of, like, it's so stupid because like anyone that like knows how to code and knows the basics of CSS and HTML, like, that is stupid, but like everybody knows how to do like the most basic dumb stuff. But I'm very proud of how this came out. Again, I want to get like original art done for these so I can get rid of the Canva assets, but this is what we're working with for right now. We're gonna go with crossbow because I'm feeling very Hunger Gamesy, as you can see by my Woody Harrelson Haymitch in the thumbnail. And we're gonna send a silver bolt through his jacket. And then here's another thing that I'm really proud of and I'm excited for with this like new RPG aspect. You could loot things, and like there's gonna be like different aspects of like you're in a room, you can like steal stuff, you can like do this stuff, and like if you kill somebody, like if you kill a vampire, you can loot their corpse and get stuff. So we're gonna loot this and we're gonna steal his jacket. Pretty proud of that. So we're gonna do that, and then we got that same mentors and apprentices. And now there's gonna be 3 major routes. So like right now, like my Patreon thing is that I'm doing a bulking update and a streamline update every week. Didn't happen this week because I was crying about a lot of school stuff, but it's okay. I'm healed. I'm normal. I fixed it. We solved the issue that I was having, but I'm like realigning my schedule and getting it to work. And so like bulking update is like there's gonna be more, like right now there's only you can climb through the windows of the apartment, but like the next bulking update they'll be like you can turn right and go down the streets, or you can climb the building like in the original text of the game. Right now you're just going to the apartment, in this apartment. Like, you can do a lot of stuff. Okay, so we still have that prevailing issue. I have to like fix this thing. And what I wanted to show you was how I do my code is like, people make fun. People have like said that I shouldn't do this. And to be fair, I shouldn't code this way because it makes my life a lot harder. Like, it makes it super difficult. What I should be doing is this. Let me show you. I should make it not... Let me show you the code so you can get an idea of what it looks like. Girl, come on. Okay, so you see how it's like clustered? And it looks like this. It looks really bad to someone who's not me, and like, this is my mess. This is my... You know, like that Marie Kondo clip where she's like, I love mess. This is my mess, unfortunately. Don't code your code like I do. What you should be doing is something like this. Let me find one. Okay, so you see how, like, all this versus, like, neatly indented and, like, breaks and stuff. And the reason I, like, code like this is because if you do it like this, you're not going to see any, like, random line breaks, like, throughout the text of the game. Like, for example, I don't know what this third layer is. See how this is like very close together versus this is like very like fall apart, or like not fall apart, very spaced out. Like in a text document, it's like double spaces versus single spaces. So the way I do that, the reason I do it like this is to avoid those like extra double spaces. But the easier way to do that is like just inserting it all with a no break thing, which when you're coding, a no break means that there's no line breaks in between it, and you have to put in manual breaks. I'm just lazy and I don't do that, but I'm trying to like condition myself into doing that more. So your code is a lot easier to read when you do this. Yeah, so essentially, my little tangent aside, sometimes the people who tell you that you shouldn't code the way you do are correct. Okay, so this is the problem that I wanted to fix. Like, this is the, like, an hour and a half ago when I started this stream. This is the problem that we need to fix. So, there are 3 separate encounters that you can have in this apartment. 1, the guy who lives there is like, get out of my house. 2, Cullen, the vampire, will get you. Like, he's like, I'm here to beat you up. Or 3, Safina, the vampire, will get you. Who was also there, would be like, I'm here to beat you up. Depending, like, if you'd already fought Cullen in the streets. So, we need to make that happen. And the way that I'm making that happen is through a series of things. It's through dice rolls and through, like, the level of stats. So, I need to make you guys see it. I wish it would just automatically do that. Sorry, I'm still learning OBS. So, okay. We just gotta find where this thing is. Okay, actually, if Cullen true. So, how I'm tracking if Cullen true is true. No, I can't spell. Okay. So, if Cullen's still alive, and you did this, let's do a different one. If Cullen is true, if Cullen is like living la vida loca, he's gonna come at you. Like, he's gonna beat you. So what is reliant on that? We're gonna find stealth. So when you enter this apartment, you climb up, and there's a roll to see like if you are quiet entering the house, or if you are like smashing stuff and jumping around and being very loud. True. P stealth. Okay, so that is reliant on your dexterity. So we are going to enter the apartment, and you are going to roll once for excuse me, I had to drink my Red Bull. You're gonna roll once to see if you can like a passive check in like Baldur's Gate, you know, and you're just walking around and it'll just like roll and be like, oh, see if you notice something. So you get a passive check of like rolling to see if you like really notice the details of the apartment you're in. Versus, if you just don't. And if you pass that passive check, which is reliant on your insight, which is kind of like similar to a wisdom skill, you get all these different options of like looking through the cupboards or like going in the icebox or stealing stuff. So you are going to then also come off of the cupboard that you're sitting on, and you're going to roll dexterity. Like depending on your dexterity, if you are like above a certain level of dexterity, like in this case it's if you have a like if you have like a 4 or above, it'll be easier for you. So like you have like a 5, and if you have a 5 or above, you pass. But if you have below a 5, you lose. So if you pass it, like you're silent, not a big deal. If you fail, it's like you're clod hopping around. You're like, it's super loud. So, and that's going to affect whether or not this person wakes up and like points a gun at you. So what we need to work on right now is this gigantic mass of code that should not look like that. It is pretty bad. So I'm looking at it right now and I don't even know why some of it's like that. So let's get to work. Okay. Piss Boy, I just saw that you put something on Tumblr. I'm gonna look at it really quickly. But first I need to pull back OBS. He's also my Pookie. Girl, I hate OBS. Anyways. Dr. Cyrus Sokolov. I'm posting it to the Larkin. Oh! Sokolov. Pookie. He too is my Pookie. Okay. Girly Pops. Let's talk for a second while I fix this code and reblog this Tumblr post. Do you know who's ruining my life? Like, sickeningly so ruining my life. Halson Silverbow, I think is his name. I don't know. Do you know that clip of Brendan Broski like freaking out about the Call of Duty Skull guy? That's what this man is doing to me. Like, he's making me such like a simp. It's sickening. It's so sickening. I love this guy. It's sickening. And also, my sister is so mean about him. He is objectively, I'm sorry, Asterian besties, Halsin is objectively the hottest companion. And my mean sister, who is like, she's not mean, I love her, she's my bestie, but she's so mean about all the video game boys that I like. And anyways, she called him ugly, and she got her best friend to also call him ugly. And my best friend, he also said he was ugly. And I just don't think that's true. Objectively, Halsin is built like, okay, I saw a Tumblr post today that said Halsin is built like a brick shithouse. He's built like a brick shithouse, dude. I love Halsin. He like, and I just, objectively, he's the hottest, objectively, like, that's my tea. And I just think that collectively we should all come to do this. Okay, why, if garbage is true? So that means, to explain what I did, if you knocked over the garbage, I just didn't type at all what I was talking. I was distracted by Halsin. Like, if Halsin is true, or if Colin is true, Jesus Christ. If Colin is true, if Colin is still alive, and we knocked over the garbage can, we're gonna set the amount of actions that we are, like, allowed to do in the apartment to 4. Because, like, he's still running after you. Okay. I want to mod my game, but I'm scared to do it. I'm, like, I don't want to, like, all I know, my only experience with modding is my mom gave me, when I was, like, 14, my mom gave me her old laptop, and I, like, destroyed it because I downloaded, like, all these Sims 4 mods, and I ruined the computer because it just, and I wasn't doing it correctly, I guess. And I wanna, like, that mod, I don't know if it's real or if someone just drew it, that mod that gives Halsin, like, a little bit of a belly, like, I want that one so bad, but I'm a baby, and I don't want to ruin my computer, and I'm scared to mod. Because, yeah, it's been literally like 10 years since I've tried to mod, so it's bad. Okay. Okay, so if Colin is alive and we knocked over the garbage can, we're going to set the amount of actions to 4. If our dexterity is greater than 4, greater than or equal to 4. And we rolled the dice a second time. Two is less than 5. We are going to set this stupid action counter to, we're going to take away 1. So you can only do 3 things now. Okay. So So we're going to close that if. Okay. Now, else if our dexterity is less than 4, if we're not very good with our hands. Like, dexterity means basically you're good with your hands, but in the sense of I agree, Piss Boy. Like, if dex is less than 4, dexterity, like, in reality, like, if you Google the definition, it's like you're good with your fingers, but like, we're gonna say, like, it's more of an agility buff, or like it's kind of like encompasses like working with our hands and moving and working. Okay, we're gonna say if so. Anyways, I think Halsin is really great, and I like him a lot, and I want to install that mod that makes him the way he is. Okay. Set -1. So I also really like Karlak. I hope I'm saying that name correctly, because again, that's another one that I've only... No, that's a lie. I've heard people say it. Will. Also, I love Will, like, a lot. I really like Will. I think he's the greatest. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that code. So we're gonna erase it as we go. I love Karlak. Like, I'm so excited to do like a like Halsin, Karlak, Polly, like, okay, 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 then we're gonna, Will is so good. Okay, else if garbage is false. If we didn't knock the garbage over, we're gonna, if dex is also, like, another thing that is like hard, or like another thing that's like dude, okay, Piss Boy, like, I always, like, when I play a game, I always get stuck with, like, one romance, like, doing it over and over again, because I feel bad about, like, not romancing that person. Like, Dragon Age, like, I always go for Alistair, Fenris, and Cullen. But I've been, like, an Iron Bull girly as of lately. But that's the same way, and I feel like I don't want to get stuck romancing Halsin, but, like, at this point I'm never going to finish Baldur's Gate because I don't have time. But it's fine. I'll just, like, think about my Halsin scenarios in my head. I know, it's so shameful, dude. It's so shameful to be like, yes, Cullen, okay, Dragon Age Inquisition was the first Dragon Age game that I ever played. And the reason I played it was because there was these two, like, YouTube Let's Players, like, this is like 2014. This was like 10 years ago. And they, like, were making, like, animations of their playthroughs, and like who is that? And Cullen is what got me into video game romances. Let me show you guys something embarrassing. Speaking of my second, I didn't want that to fall. Okay, my second most ever romance character that I have is Paladin Dance from Fallout 4 that I have a framed picture of. He is very Cullen coded, unfortunately. But I love the guy. I think he's the best. I like the men I like are pathetic. And I just like Cullen is pathetic. And so is Paladin Dance. I do have a framed photo of Paladin Dance. I also have, shamefully, I have a framed photo, Funko Pop of him. Like, Fallout 4 and Dragon Age Inquisition, like, they carried me through my high school years, dude. But, okay. Thank you. I'm a, yeah, the best kind of men are a little pathetic. I like Deacon. Deacon is great. Also, Nick Valentine. I like all of the Fallout 4 romances, to be totally honest. And the non-romances, like, girl, why is this the way it is? Anyways, sorry for going silent for a second, but, those are my besties. I love Paladin Dance. He's terrible. He's a loser. I'm a huge Paladin Dance hater, but I love him. I also love Preston, like, a lot. Preston is my bestie. And I like, and I really like McCready. Okay. Do you know who is my bestie in the Fallout universe? Who I just think is terrible and pathetic and such a loser. Craig Boone. Dude, okay, you should play. Okay, play. Well, I don't know. Who are you romancing in Mass Effect? I, at first, was a Caden girly. But then, I became a Garrus girly. I also really like Miranda. Yeah, I'm a huge Boone loser. I love Boone. He's so terrible. He's such a loser. Okay. Alright, P action counter is... Ooh. I do really like Caden. I just like the Bugman a little bit more. But let me tell you, Mass Effect 3, like, I know that people don't... I'm gonna be real with you. I know how it ends. So I don't... If I know how a game ends and I don't like it... So I just have never finished it, but the, like, writing and the Caden romance, dude, is so good. Like, when they're fighting on Mars, when it's so good. Like, I love a good fight in a relationship, and it's so good. Like, and I'm curious how if BioWare survives the next, like, 6 months, because it's... Oh yeah, like, I won't say how it ends, but like, if BioWare survives as a company, I would be very curious to see how the new Mass Effect comes out. Okay. Did you guys like, Kiss Boy, you wouldn't have played this yet, but does anybody like Andromeda? I really like Liam in Andromeda. I think he's really sweet. And also, Clancy Brown, who is the guy that I base Wyatt's appearance off of, plays the dad in that. So yeah, that's a bonus. Trying not to make loud sounds. Clancy Brown is Mr. Krabs also. He's just the best. I think he's a very cool guy. He's in like this terrible movie called, I think it's Cowboys vs. Aliens, and he plays like an Old West doctor. And he's very reminiscent of the doctor in Fallout New Vegas, who wakes you up. I do like Jaw. Dude, I like Jaw. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, set P action counter. Okay, we're going to do this. What is this third if for? Andromeda was okay, Larky. Yeah, like, I think video games, like, okay, this is another thing, like, you know how I was, like, going on a rant earlier about how, like, STEM people, like, people in STEM communities, are, like, annoying and, like, dumb sometimes. Like, Andromeda was, it was fun. It was fine. It was, like, it was fine. It was never gonna, like, live up to, like, the series that Mass Effect was. Cyberpunk 2077 was fine. It, like, it was never gonna be the, like, game that, like, it was promised to be, but it was fine. It was fine. Like, it was fine. Oh my god. Okay. If prologue is true. Like, I think, like, video games are kind of like, not every piece of media has to be, like, the most revolutionary thing ever made. And sometimes they're just, like, they're just fine. And that's okay. Like, sometimes movies are just fine. Or books are just fine. And I think that needs to be, like, bleed over into video games, too, sometimes. Granted, it is more costly when it's a video game because it costs millions of dollars to make. But whatever. I don't care. If I have fun playing it, I don't care. Literally, like, if it's just, like, to be fair, I'm a hater. I'm a full-on hater. Like, I love to hate. Especially when it comes to Dragon Age. Like, I love hating on Dragon Age. But it is, like, the amount of Dragon Age merchandise that I have next to me is, I've given BioWare too much money. I have, but, like, I like to talk about how stupid it is sometimes. But sometimes things are just fine. They're just, like, it's fun. Like, are you having a good time playing it? Like, I don't know. I have fun playing, even if I think they're stupid sometimes. For example, I think the Wayhaven Chronicles is stupid, but I have fun playing it. I'm gonna be real with you. It's fun to play, and I like being a hater about it. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I love hating on it and shitting on it, but Larkin wouldn't exist without, like, the Wayhaven Chronicles. Like, sometimes things are just fine. Drink every time Casey brings up the Wayhaven Chronicles. Okay, I've been... This is sickening. I hate coding. Nothing is worse than you're drawing on your iPad in bed, or like, and you lose it in all your blankies. I have my iPad. I'm an iPad baby with my pen. Okay. But yeah. Anyways, in conclusion, I think video games are fun to play, and sometimes things are just not that serious to go on my little rant about. You know what do you know that, like, Twitter audio, or like that Twitter video where it's like, you know what, it never was that serious. I think about that all the time. Okay. I love you, coding. You're so fun and dynamic. Do you know? Do you know what this reminds me of? Is like in Cyberpunk 2077 when they were like first marketing it. They were like, oh, we have all these dynamic crowd features, and then when you bought the game, it like didn't work for like a year. I think it's very funny. Okay, so that's fixed now. Let's see if it's... Okay. Usual Tuesday evening. You can handle this. Do you guys like my Ethel Cain merch? I bought it. I'm going to go see her in Texas with Mitski in a couple... Well, in September. I'm going to go see... It'll be like my first time flying on an airplane. So I'm kind of nervous about that, but, you know, it'll be fine. I'll have my little rosary, because I'm not very Catholic until, I get scared. But, I'll be flying on a plane. Anyways, okay, dialogue choices, if in sight. Yeah, I'm very excited to go see Ethel and Mitski. I hope that there aren't, like, the TikTok, like, 12-year-olds who scream "mother is mothering" at her while we're there, because I think that makes her upset, and she just wants to, like, sing her songs and perform. And I would be kind of disappointed if people did that. but whatever. I'm gonna think positive. Okay, take another look around. See if you have anything useful. Okay, we're gonna say that is a new one. We're gonna have to break this. So let me ask the besties in the chat, what do you guys watch on YouTube? I watch a lot of dumb things. Do you know who is really interesting and got the same degree, undergraduate degree I did? And she, is this YouTuber called Mika's Rhetoric. I would highly recommend to the girlies. She's very intelligent. And I listen to her a lot while I'm coding. Thank you, Sydney. I'm very nervous about it. Because thank you. I am very scared of flying. I think like I'm not that scared of like crashing. I'm scared of like turbulence. Like like even if I'm just scared of like feeling scared for a little bit. Like I know that's so stupid. Like that's like a dumb thing to say, but that is in fact what I'm afraid of. Okay, I need to play this game to see what the issue is, because we've been coding for 2 hours and I've gotten basically nothing done. But it's fine. I like chatting. You guys are fun to talk with. Anyways, Larkin is a go. Let's see. Yes, you should check Mika's Rhetoric out. She doesn't need me to shout her out because she's like $14,000 she has like $14,000. 14,000 subscribers. But she's really interesting and she talks a lot about like, she's like very smart and she like talks about like YouTube drama in an intelligent way. And you know I love stupid YouTube drama because it is so fun. You're gonna be a healer. What classes do you guys want to play as? Stick an arm out. That's what I mean. We're gonna fight. We're a vampire hunter. We're gonna shoot some pistols. Right-handed. Loot the corpse. Take the jacket. Climb through the open windows. Okay, what is the issue? Time to make your next move. Let's see. I love coding. Girl, get out of here. Thank you. Time to make your next move. I think I will get a stress ball or like a squishy. Girl, come on. Okay. Time to make your next move. Thank you for the flying advice. Make your next move. Okay, so this is the thing that we're working on, and this is the issue that we're having. Girl. So, time to make your next move. Error cannot find a closing tag for this if. Okay, so okay. There's like a billion ifs. Okay, save. Compile. So much of coding is just like feeling like an idiot. Sorry to turn off my heater. Compile. Let's see what the girly pops are up to. in this. Let's refresh. Gotcha. Okay, that error cannot find. It's there. Well, the issue. See, that's another thing with Twine. Is that it says there's not an if closing tag. But then down here it says that the if is like outside of the closing tag. So that means it just doesn't like where I put 1 to 2 of those if statements. So I'm going to try and move that if inside this no break. Girl, come on. We're going to save. Compile. Cool, it worked for the if, but it got rid of my quotes. Okay. If is greater than 3. So what we're gonna do is this. Girl. Literally, I have Nexus installed on my laptop. And I'm just... I, like, have been thinking about... Like, I don't understand how to use it. It's so stupid. Like, it's so dumb how I don't, like... And I know it's just a measure of, like... teaching myself how to use it, but girl, what is this one? I'm gonna delete you. Delete. Yes. Okay, girl. Okay, so I'm getting rid of this if statement because it... Or I'm not getting rid of it, but I'm moving it around just to see like what it looks like. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that, and we're gonna see what this looks like. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a new window capture. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. And we're gonna... You can't see my face right now, but you will see me in a second. We're gonna do this. Okay, so Control save. Then we're gonna compile, and then we're gonna also. Ooh, thank you. I will check them out. I always, like, no matter what I do, I need, like, either music, but sometimes, like, music doesn't work for me, and I need, like, just people talking, like, or else I can't focus. Like, I don't know what the issue is, but there's something going on with me. Okay, girl, why is this not working? Okay, we'll do this. Okay. I think I'm going to stay on here for a couple more minutes and then get off. But I think this was very fun, and I'm very excited about doing this now that I've figured out how to do it. So if you, like, I know you probably can't make, like, every live, but if you would like to, like, hang out and do lives with me, I think this is fun, and I had a really good time doing this, so maybe we could make this like a regular thing and just chat. And then I will actually be back with some more progress, because I do have a lot of writing done. I'm actually, like, I'm grateful that you guys, thank you for showing up and chatting with me. I was very nervous to do this, but I've always wanted to, like, even if I didn't really get a lot done, but I liked chatting and talking to you guys about, like, just hanging out and stuff, and got to see what I look like. But thank you. I think I'm gonna dip on out of here. I'm gonna post some stuff on Patreon tonight or late tomorrow. I feel like I'm just gonna stay and stay up and do some work, like. But thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna save this as like a VOD or video on demand. So if anybody wants to like look at my like embarrassing first stream. But thank you guys. I'm gonna dip. Bye.